Hello Maths lover, it's an exciting day today. So today I'm going to be solving a question from polynomial, particularly on the board, that reads that if x plus 1 in a bracket is a factor of the polynomial. This is the polynomial x cubed plus kx squared plus 3x plus 10. Find the value of k and factorize completely. Find the value of k. We have to find the value of k and we have to factorize completely. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'm saying please click on that subscription button and click on the bell close to it so that you can get notification on when I put out a new video like this. So let's get to it. Now, first of all, we need to recall the factor theorem that says that when we have an f of x like this, an f of x, and if we substitute a number, let's say a value, probably an a, into that f of x, and we finally got a 0. Guys, if a number, probably an a, an assumption, is substituted in that particular f of x, now f of x is what? Polynomial, like I said in my previous video, and we get a 0. That means a is a factor. So that means we have what? X minus a. Okay? So that means x minus a is a factor. So a could be 1, a could be 2, a could be 3, a could be minus 1, and so on. Right? Okay? Now the question here, we are given the first factor of this particular polynomial. This expression. This is it. We're given the first factor as what? X plus 1. So I want to explain how the plus came about from this particular expression, because it is not actually a plus 1. All right. So this is where it's particularly comes from. So what happened here is we have x plus what? 1. So if we equate this to 0, right? If we equate this to 0, we now have what? An x minus what? X is equal to what? Minus 1. So that means the initial value of x that was used in the expression to get 0 was not just plus 1, it was a minus 1, right? So that means a is minus 1, and this value was substituted into this particular expression, and they got what? A 0, just like I said in the previous video. Okay, so what next are we supposed to do? We are supposed to what? Find the value of what? K. Now, to find the value of k, we need to what? Replace, we need to substitute minus 1 in the same expression, right? Substitute minus 1 in the same expression and equate everything to what? 0, and we get the value of k, and from there, we now use the long division process to get the other factor. So this is the expression. F of x is such that we have x cubed plus kx squared plus 3x with a 10. What we are going to do is to what? Fix minus 1 into this particular expression and equate it to what? 0. And for us to get what? The value of k. So this is it. So we have a column here. We have minus 1 raised to the power of 3 plus our k open bracket minus 1 to the power of 2 plus our 3 open bracket minus 1 plus 10 equal to what? 0 exactly. So minus 1 to the power of 3 is the same thing as minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by minus 1, and minus 1 times minus 1 is what? Plus 1 multiplied by minus 1 again. So we have a minus 1. So here we have a minus 1 plus. Now minus 1 square is the same thing as minus 1 times minus 1, so it's plus 1 times k, so it's k. And coming to this place, minus 1 multiplied by plus 3, plus times minus is minus, so we have a minus 3 plus 10, and everything is equal to what? 0, as you can see. So at this point we have a minus 1, and at this point we have a what? Minus 3. So minus 1 and minus 3 is what? Minus 4. So we have minus 4 plus 10 plus our k to be equal to what? 0. I just decided to what? Rearrange them. So minus 1 plus 10 is plus 6, right? Okay, so we have plus 6 here plus k here is equal to what? 0. So since we are looking for the exact value of k, we'll take 6 to the other side, that's cross equality sign. So k is now equal to minus what? 6. So finally, we have successfully gotten the value of what? K excitedly, and what we are going to do now is to what? Write this same value of k in the expression the way it is. Let's see how the expression is before we take the next step. So I have therefore here my f of x is such that I have x to the power of 3 minus 6 x squared plus 3x plus 10. Okay, so this is the expression. So what next are we supposed to do? What then are we supposed to do? Remember the factor theorem, we fix a particular number in the expression. If that's particularly, if the expression is finally equal to 0, that means that number is a factor. Since we've gotten the first factor, we'll now find the second factor, and we use the second factor to what? Divide using the long division method. Okay, now from the question they used 1, right? So I'm not going to use 1 again to substitute to get 0. I am going to use 2. So let's try 2 and see what we'll get. So f of 2 is such that, now if we replace this x with what? 2 minus 6 open bracket 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 3 open bracket 2 and with a plus 10. Okay, so 2 raised to the power of 3 is just 8, right? So we have 8 here minus, now 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. 4 times minus 6 is minus 24. Minus 24 there. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 10. So basically 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 10 is 24. So 24 plus 24 minus 24 is equal to 0. So everything here is equal to 0. Equal to what? 0. So therefore x minus 2 is a factor. So x minus 2 is a factor of the expression. Beautiful. So we are close to solving this particular question. So the next thing we're going to do is to use the long division method to break this expression, this polynomial expression, reduce it to what? A quadratic expression. So using this as our factor, so we'll draw a line here just like our long division method. Draw a line here using the method of our long division, and we'll put our factor here, x minus what? 2. Okay, the divisor, this is the divisor, and dividend to be our dividend is x raised to the power of 3 plus, x raised to the power of 3 minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 10 s. X to the power of 3 divides x here. X to the power of 3 divided by x individually. X to the power of 3 divided by x will have what? X to the power of what? 2. We have x to the power of 2. Now x to the power of 2 multiplies x, we have what? X to the power of 3. So also x to the power of 2 multiplies minus 2, here we have minus 2x to the power of 2. So if we rule a line here and put an imaginary negative sign here, put an imaginary negative sign there, we now have that x cubed minus x cubed is what? 0. It goes. So I'm going to put a dot here, and we have this point is confusing to students. Minus 6x squared minus 6. So this is just like this. You have a minus 6x with a square, and this minus here, this is it, and this minus here, let's put that one in bracket. We have minus 2x with a square. Now the basic thing there is minus times minus is what? Plus. So this minus multiplies this minus, and we have what? A plus. So finally we have minus 6x squared plus what? 2x with a square. So minus 6x squared plus 2x squared is what? Minus 4x squared. So we have a minus 4x squared. Okay? So we bring down what? 3x plus 3x and plus 10. Bring them down. So we divide again. Minus 4x squared divided by x. Yes, minus 4x squared divided by what? X. We have a minus 4x. Minus 4x. So minus 4x multiplies x here. We have a minus 4x squared here again. Alright, minus 4x multiplied by minus 2. Remember, minus times minus is what? Plus. So minus 2 multiplied by minus 4 is plus 8. So we have our plus 8x. So rule a line here and put our imaginary negative sign. Okay, so minus 4x squared minus 6. So you know minus is now what? Plus 0. So 3x minus what? 8x is what? Minus 5x. So bring down our what? 10. Okay, and 5x divided by x here we have a minus 5. Minus 5x divided by x we have a minus 5. So minus 5 multiplied by x is what? Also minus 5x. And minus 5 multiplied by minus 2, we have a plus 10. So this is what? Plus 10 here. So roll this line and put also the imaginary negative sign. So minus 5x minus 5x plus 5x is what? 0. And everything here is also what? 0. So finally, we have gotten what? The first factor. We've gotten the second factor, and we were given what? The first factor, right? So the next thing we are going to do is to break this quadratic expression at the top here, which is the quotient of the expression, to get the entire factor, because the question says that we should factorize completely. Okay, so we now have that our quotient is x squared minus 4x minus 5. Okay, so now x squared minus 4x minus 5. So if we multiply the first term, which is x squared, by the last term, which is minus 5, multiply the first term by what? The last term, which is what? Minus 5. What we are going to get is what? Minus 5x squared, right? So what are the factors of minus 5x squared? Very simple. Minus 5x squared is just the same thing as what? Minus 5 and x. Minus 5x and x, right? That's a factor, because minus 5x multiplied by x is what? Minus 5x squared. Okay, so what are the factors of minus 5x squared? That if we add them together, we get what? A minus 4x. Very simple. Minus 5x plus what? X. So that minus 5x plus x is what? Minus 4x. So and that is that. And finally, we'll get this x squared minus 5x plus x minus what? 5. Okay, so if you look at this now, this part here, what is common here is what? Is x. So let me put the x in the bracket, and we have our what? X here minus what? 5 close bracket plus what is common here is really just 1. You can see just 1. So 1 is common, put that 1 in bracket. We have x minus what? 5 close the bracket. And finally the factors are what? X plus 1 and x minus 5. So these are the factors of this expression, not the entire expression. These are the factors of this particular expression. So finally, we have successfully shown that the expression actually has, the polynomial expression actually has what? X plus 1. So we have gotten the first factor, which is x plus 1. We have gotten the second factor, which was x minus 2. And the third factor, which is x minus 5. So therefore, f of x is equal to what? X plus 1, x minus 2, and finally x minus 5. This is it. So thank you guys for watching.